So I'm trying something a little bit different today. It is a book recommendation. It's one of my very favourite authors, recommended to me some 25 years ago, a full quarter century, by a teacher of English, Mr Griffin. If you're out there, Mr Griffin, hi. Your recommendation has stuck with me a very long time. I think I was in year 8, possibly, maybe year 7, but a very long time nevertheless. The book that I read first from the Discworld series was Equal Rites. It's number 3 in the series that he wrote. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is about Granny Weatherwax and also Escarina Smith. But if you read the book, will find out all about that. I do apologise. I have an assistant here who is trying to interfere. Freya is about a year old and into everything. But this is a story about magic and where it goes, and perhaps more importantly, where it comes from and why. Although it doesn't pretend to answer any or all of these questions. It may, however, help to explain why Gandalf never got married and why Merlin was a man. Because this is also a story about sex. Although probably not in the athletic, tumbling, count the legs and divide by 2 sense, unless the characters get totally beyond the author's control. They might. And that is the first 2 paragraphs of the book that introduced me to Discworld. This is the Josh Kidby cover. It is absolutely fabulous. I love all of his covers. I have an entire shelf dedicated to Mr Terry Pratchett. It's the one with the brush on it. So do be aware that I have quite a lot of Pratchett. It is double stacked. And I have quite a number of the Discworld diaries as well. It is my one thing that I will actually hunt down and collect. The series itself, Mr Pratchett, Sir Terry Pratchett, was a very observant man. He was a very angry man. He, particularly in his later novels, he makes some very thoughtful observations about the world around us. Yes, it is a little Eurocentric, but that is purely because that is where the gentleman in question lived. I am very interested in seeing the TV adaptations, seeing how different people interpret his works. I absolutely adore the Soul Music cartoon and the Witches cartoon, and also anything with David Jason in relation to Discworld, I will hunt down seriously. Heartily recommend you give them a watch. But for me, the Discworld book, the Terry Pratchett book, is always going to be Equal Rites because it's the first one I read. That is my recommendation to you from the Discworld series. Read Equal Rites. It has some very good observations about gender equality, the battle of the sexes, as it were, literally in one case. But yes, this is a book that I will go back to time and again. I am being very careful with this copy. The spine crinkles every time I read it. I have managed to keep it in such good condition, and it's a full quarter of a century old. I don't know how I'd replace it, but this is my recommendation to you. Read Equal Rites. You will love it.